following is a presentation of the Pineywood Sports Network.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center proudly supports all the students and schools of the Piney Woods. Stop by the lot and feel free to check out all the wonderful vehicles we have to offer, no matter what adventure you're planning on taking. We have a wide selection of used vehicles and a service department that can service your vehicle. Get all the info you need about your next vehicle online. That way you're prepared for your car deal when you hit the lot. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome in here to the big broadcast here on NETSN. I'm your host, Larry Pierce, coming to you from Pine and West Sabine here tonight as in this big D24 matchup. On the girls' side, just the couple things here that the two lady teams are trying to do here. The Corrigan Camden Lady Bulldogs going to get themselves a district win here tonight over West Sabine. West Sabine coming in here 2-5 on the district. They're right now sitting in that 5 spot. They're a couple games away from Woden. So here's what's kind of going to have to happen here for West Sabine here and the Lady Tigers and Coach Bragg. They're going to have to win this one. They're going to have to win against Shelbyville on Friday night, and they're going to have to hope that Woden will lose a couple of games. That way they might be able to move up into that 4 spot there. But even if, I mean, that's the one thing that they can hope to happen here. But they got to take care of business on their own foam floor. So that's what they're going to do here tonight. Corrigan Camden and the Lady Bulldogs, they'll have Coleman to wrap up the regular season, which will be on Friday night. As the ladies wrap up the regular basketball season on Friday evening, we'll have a couple more games for the guys, at least another week. But we'll get into some ladies basketball playoffs coming up here in the next week or so, so get ready for that. Who's going to be here out of District 24 right now? We know the Torino Lady Owls have pulled off of the district title here back-to-back for Torino Lady Owls. A good job there for the Lady Owls. And St. Augustine, Lady Wilson in that number 2 spot, pretty much have that secure right there. They're headed to the playoffs as well. Shelbyville and Woden in that 3 and 4 spot, so it could just come out there a little bit. That's going to come down to it. I know Shelbyville's playing tonight. I had it on the top of my tongue who they were playing, but West Sabine and Corrigan Camden going on here tonight. And West Sabine trying to get a win here and put some pressure on Woden to make sure they get a win. But the Woden Lady Eagles are a pretty good squad out there. They're going to do everything they can to see if they can secure that 3 or 4 spot along the way. These two teams will be there on Friday night in Shelbyville. We're West Sabine and Shelbyville here on NETSN. As we get ready to go for this one here tonight, the guys' game going to be a little bit more intense and a lot more on the line for when we get ready for the guys' game, which will be coming up here in just a bit after the ladies. So got a good game on the way here for you. It is a Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep pregame show. Let's get to it. The game is on the way here on NETSN.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center proudly supports all the students and schools of the Piney Woods. Stop by the lot and feel free to check out all the wonderful vehicles we have to offer, no matter what adventure you're planning on taking. We have a wide selection of used vehicles and a service department that can service your vehicle. Get all the info you need about your next vehicle online. That way you're prepared for your car deal when you hit the lot. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center.
Serving our communities for over a century, Farmers State Bank continues to meet the financial needs of East and Central Texas. With roots that run deep, Farmers State Bank serves as a source of financial strength to meet the needs of our neighbors. From a comprehensive range of financial products to individual service, we remain dedicated to being a true community bank. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams.
All right, folks, we're back here. It is pregame time, getting ready for the introduction of the squads. It will be senior night here tonight, too. We'll have some of that for you as we get ready for the guys' game in between the games here for the West Sabine Tigers. But introduction of the teams on the way. We'll turn it over to Coach Bragg and bring them in. Here we go.
Sophomore guard, number 4, Sky 6. Sophomore forward, number 5, Taylor Walker. Junior guard, number 11, Jenna Robbins. Sophomore forward, number 25, Cameron Knox. Head coach Jack Arneson and assisted by Greg Davis. And before we start the West Sabine Lady Tigers out, we have some special guests who'd like to step out on the court. And now your starting lineup for your home team, the West Sabine Lady Tigers. A senior guard, number 32, Kira Cooper. Senior guard, number 24, Kinsey Brad. Senior forward, number 1, Gracie Rose. Senior guard, number 15, Presley Murphy. And senior point guard, number 23, Mackenzie Wilson. The time is up by head coach Terry Bragg and assisted by Coach Mallory Hall.
All right, folks, ready to go here for senior night for the Lady Tigers and the Lady Bulldogs of Corrigan, Camden in town here for the start of this one, as it will be Coach Bragg's Lady Tigers squad here. Like I said, just coming out here, just got to get a win. Just keep winning here, and they got a tough task coming up here on Friday night as well, as we'll be in Shelbyville for these West Sabine squads taking on the Shelbyville Dragons there. Another big matchup going on over there. And I want to say congratulations, too. Just checking out some things here, and I saw that the Timpson Lady Bears moved into the number 21 in the TABC. Congratulations to the Lady Bears there, rock and roll. We got to cover them a couple times this year. They're playing really good basketball over there in Timpson right now, so congratulations to Coach Burgay and the Lady Bears of Timpson over there. They're into that top 25 there for a nice ranking. So here we go, ready to play on here for the start of this one. I don't have a 32 here, but we'll find that out, so it'll be okay. So into the circle, ready to go here is going to be Wilson. She'll be ready to jump against number 5. That's Walker. It's going to be held here by the Lady Tigers, and it will be Murphy to start it off here for the Lady Tigers. Send it over to the right side, and here's Wilson driving down this side. Can't get it to go. Gets her on rebound here on the other side of the rack, and comes here to the left side. Throws it back to the right. Murphy on the right wing. Send it back out here. Ross now out to Wilson out on top. Wilson kicking right over here to the left side. 3 ball onto the way. Up and good. That's the 32 we were talking about. She knocks down a 3 for the Lady Tigers. So right off the bat, Lady Tigers get a big 3 here. Nice little pass back up here and driving up underneath is Robbins. Robbins dropping off under here to Knox. Knox will kick it back out here to McQueen. McQueen will ask for it back and look to set it back up out on top. Working over to the left side with Robbins. Knox. Walker had a little bit of open lane there on that left side. Decides to forgo the shot. Long way too off the mark here. Wilson coming up the floor right into the lane, and Wilson takes up and scores for the Lady Tigers to make it a quick 5-0 ball game here for West Sabine. McQueen will bring it up the floor now for the Lady Dogs. Got to cover the Lady Dogs in some softball in their great run that they had this past season. So good little softball squad there. Oh, that was off the mark there as they try to get it underneath the Knox. She loses the handle on it, goes back to the Lady Tigers, and here they come as Wilson brings it up the floor. And she'll come across the timeline, send it over to the right side. Ross going to launch for three from the right side and knocking it down from the right wing. It's Ross for three. 6:10 to go here as McQueen comes across the timeline. Bounce pass down in the corner here to Knox. Knox kicking it back out. McQueen for three. Trying to answer on the other side. Doesn't go. Rebound by the Lady Dogs. And coming up with that rebound there is going to be Robbins. And she'll put it right back up and get to the Lady Bulldogs onto this floor board here. A nice little put back. Just under 6 to go here in the first quarter. Send it back over here now to Bragg. Back out on top. Wilson. Murphy, Ross, all the way back out now here to Wilson here to the left side. Loses the handle on it, ball gets knocked around there. There's a bunch of hands on it. Couldn't tell who is going to say it's out of bounds on the Tigers. So it'll be back to Corrigan Camden, and it will be 6 on the inbound to McQueen. And McQueen will get it up on the floor here with 5.5 to go. She'll come across the timeline. For Lady Bulldogs looking to close the gap here as they start off an 8-0 lead. The Lady Bulldogs now come back, got a bucket here and looking to add to it. Here's a 3 on the way. It won't go. That is off the mark, but a good rebound here for Corrigan Camden as they throw it back out. Rebound there by 6. She'll get it back, throw it back over here to Robbins. Robbins trying to drive on the right side, met there with the defense. Oh, and it rattles out for her. Walker gets the rebound, tries to throw it up ahead. Murphy got a hand on it, and it goes out of bounds. Looks like it's going to stay with Corrigan Camden. On the inbound, catch and shoot here for McQueen. Does it go? Rebound there by Knox. Does it go? Walker gets the rebound, throws it back up. She won't get it to go, but she will go to the line and shoot a couple here. That is a first team foul here on the Lady Tigers. So going to the line here is Walker. Right at 5 to go, just under 5, I should say. Walker, oh, off the back of the iron, no good. Check it into the ball game. Oh, sorry, McQueen and Knox trading places there as they're having a check with Coach Arneson over there. And Walker's second shot on the way, can't get it to go, but a rebound here by McQueen. McQueen throws it up underneath there, and that's a block onto the shot by 6. So that will be another chance at the free throw line here for the Lady Bulldogs as 6 going to be triple team there, and she'll head back to the line, or she'll head to the line for the first time here. A couple of shots on the way here. That's the second one onto the Lady Tigers. First one rattles home for her. So 6. Trying to cut the lead in half here. Knocking down the back half of it. Second one on the way. Can't get it to go. Yeah. Lane violation off the mark there. Going to bring in the. Nope. Okay. All right, off the mark. Nonetheless, it's going to be West Sabine basketball up by 5 in the lane as Wilson. Wilson takes it right in, and she gets the floater to go. 4 points for Wilson in the ball game. Now back up ahead. Here come Corrigan Camden. About 4:30 to go. Once McQueen comes across the timeline here in this first quarter. Back up by 7 goes West Sabine. McQueen driving the left side, back out. Up underneath to Knox. Knox back to McQueen. McQueen finds some room there for a 3, launching. And can't get it to go. 0 for 4 at the three-point line. Rebound there by Ross. Here come the Lady Tigers as Bragg will have it. They'll give it back to Wilson. Wilson back to Bragg. Bragg, top of the key, 3, knocking it down. Bragg for 3. The Lady Tigers are 3 for 3 at the three-point line here in the first quarter. Now go up by 10 as we'll get down right at 4 minutes to go, halfway through the first quarter, and it's a timeout for Corrigan Camden. And we'll be right back here on NETSN.
At Aurora Concepts, we offer full-service primary care. And we provide physicals for student athletes for every sport. Aurora Concepts, let us take care of you.
Welcome back here, folks, at the end of the timeout here, halfway through the first quarter. 10-point lead for the Lady Tigers of West Sabine, looking to win their final couple of basketball games, see if they can get a little help out there. Maybe move into one of that third or fourth spots for playoff position here. The final week of the girls basketball season. Corrigan Camden basketball. Robbins sets it up here, sends it over here to the right. We'll find Schaefer. Schaefer will get it back here right wing. Schaefer, bounce pass inside here. Robbins picks up the loose ball. Going to run into Wilson under there, but it is picked up here. Back up the floor. Now comes Murphy. Murphy all the way up along that right side. Murphy going to pick up a foul trying to drive in as it go out of bounds. I was going to say she lost handle on the basketball. Out of bounds on the Lady Bulldogs. It'll stay with West Sabine. 3:37 to go here in the first. Murphy on the inbound. Going to find it in here to Williamson. Williamson over to Weatherspoon. Into Weatherspoon into Williamson. Williamson trying to cut along the right side of the paint there, and there's a three onto the way by Wilson. It won't go. And a rebound underneath here, and then there's a foul. I believe Ebarb got a hold of that one, and she might have been the one that picked up the foul there. That'll be the first one here on the Lady Bulldogs. 3:24 to go in the first. Out of bounds play now for West Sabine, and the Tigers going to get it in here. Weatherspoon driving the right side lane. Weatherspoon with a nice drive, puts up the floater, then rims out. Wilson goes up to get it. Weatherspoon ends up with it into the paint still. Throws it back out here. Williamson now to Murphy. And Ebarb just inside the three-point line. Long range two will not go. Rebound by Knox. Goes off her hands. Jump ball possession arrow to the Lady Bulldogs of Corrigan Camden. 3:09 to play in the first. Lady Bulldogs get the basketball. Looks like Robin's going to be ready to bring it in here. She'll get it in to McQueen. And McQueen will bring it across the timeline with right about 3 minutes to go here into this first quarter. Queen over here to the right side of Robbins. Robbins trying to drop it off here to Knox. Knox back out. McQueen three ball onto the right side. It will not go. 0 for 5 at the three-point line. But good rebound there by the Lady Bulldogs. But coming out with it is Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon one-on-one basketball to the rack. Weatherspoon goes. It won't go, but she is fouled. And Weatherspoon will hit the line for the Lady Tigers. She'll go to the Sandy Cox State Farm free throw line. Weatherspoon will shoot two. That's a second team foul here on the Lady Bulldogs with 2:46 to go here in the first quarter. Weatherspoon good. Second one on the way out the front of the rim, no good. Ball bounces back in there and then out. Picked up there by Murphy. And a nice job there by McQueen to get a hand on it. End up in the hands of Walker. They'll give it back to Robbins. Robbins will push it up the floor here across the timeline. 2:35 to go. They give it back to McQueen, and McQueen. Pass over to the right side. Finding Six. She'll have it on the left wing. Six and McQueen, little pitch and catch there onto that left side. Murphy got a hand on it, knocked it out of bounds. And it will go out. So on the inbound, McQueen back down in the corner. McQueen and Six trying to find a little room there on that left side, down that corner and on that wing, trying to find enough room to launch a three. They've gotten pretty close. They haven't got one to fall yet, but they've got a couple good shots at it, but just have not gone down. But it's a turnover. Back to the Lady Tigers. Weatherspoon will bring it up across the timeline there. And 2:05 to go here in the first and up by 11. Ebarb with a three. It won't go. 3 for 5, 3 for 6 at the three-point line here for the Lady Tigers. That's a shot from way up under here by Wilson. Walker can't get it. As she's trying to get rid of it, she's going to end up walking with it, so they're going to get called for the walk. Turnover back to West Sabine. 1:49 to play here in this first quarter. Looks like it's going to be Murphy on the inbound. And throw it in here to Wilson over to the right side. Wilson all the way back out here now. Three on the way, will not go. That was Holcomb. Back up here with it comes the Lady Bulldogs trying to work up the floor here. Nice try there by Robbins. There's a nice pass there from McQueen. It was a little low and Robbins was trying to gather it as she was running up there, and she couldn't get it all together before she had to dribble the ball. She's going to get called with a walk. They'll give it back to Weatherspoon, and she brings it up across the timeline here for the Tigers with a buck and a half to go here in the quarter. Murphy, right side, going to launch for three. Can't get it to go. Wilson knocks it into the hands of Weatherspoon. 3 for 8 at the three-point line here for the Lady Tigers. Murphy. 3 on the way, and that's off the mark. Weatherspoon, a little off right there. And Corrigan Camden will get it back. McQueen will check out here. She's been on the floor since the beginning here for Coach Arneson. Coming in for her will be 6. She'll give it up here to Robbins. Robbins will bring it across the timeline with a minute to go here in the first quarter. Down up underneath here is McClellan in the game. They'll get it back to, 6. Wanted to drop it off there to McClellan. I think one of the Lady Tigers did get a hand on it. But I don't think McClellan was quite ready for that pass just yet. So it does stay with the Lady Bulldogs, though, and that one gets through the hands of McClellan into the hands of Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon up ahead of the defense. Weatherspoon takes it up. She's going to be fouled. That's going to be Cox, number 1, going to pick up the foul there. Number 3 of the quarter for the Lady Bulldogs. It'll be an out-of-bounds play with 48.3 to play. Oh, no, they're going to call it a shooting foul. Okay. So Weatherspoon goes back to the line, the Sandy Cox State Farm free throw line. I thought maybe it was going to be on the floor. Weatherspoon up and good. Second one on the way from Weatherspoon is good as well. 3 points in the game for her, all at the free throw line. And that's the Sandy Cox State Farm free throw line. Back up the floor now comes Robbins. She'll pull up a dribble, find Walker, back to Robbins at the top. Send it back over here now to the right side. That is 6. Now back to Robbins. Robbins with the handle on it. Holcomb in there and try to grab it. Possession arrow. Going to stay with the Lady Bulldogs. Check it back in is McQueen and Knox for Coach Arneson. Going out is McClellan and Cox for Lady Bulldogs. 31.2 to go here in this first quarter. 16-3. Lady Tigers, and it's Bulldog basketball to start off here. And on the inbound, they get it in here to 6, and it's Wilson wrapping her up. And Wilson's going to commit that foul. That'll be the 3rd one here on the Lady Tigers. So 3 apiece with 27.8 to go. This one is an out-of-bounds play for sure. On the inbound to get it in. Back over here to 6. Robbins. 6 out on top, 20 seconds to go. Robbins tried to work over here to the right side. Good job there by Weatherspoon to shut that down. And as Robbins tries to get away from the defense there of Weatherspoon, and take an extra little step and get called for the walk. So with 15 seconds to go, here comes Weatherspoon up the floor for the Lady Tigers. Going to hold out here and get one shot, I'm sure. Murphy. And have McQueen all over, get it down in the corner. Holcomb, 4-3, and knocks it down. Holcomb for a 3. For the Lady Tigers. So at the end of the first quarter, it will be an 18-3 lead for the Lady Tigers over the Corrigan Camden Lady Bulldogs. We'll take a break. We'll be right back here for the second quarter. It's coming up here on a NETSN. Alrighty, folks, back here. Second quarter is underway just on the inbound, and we're going here as the Lady Tigers of West Sabine have the basketball, trying to drive. Is Wilson going to throw it back out to Murphy. Murphy going to launch the 3. It won't go. Rebound comes out by Corrigan Camden, pushing up the floor here to Robbins. Robbins right on the right side of the paint. Robbins, nice job. Takes it down and gets her 4 points. 4th point of the ball game. That makes it 18-5. 7.5 to go here in the half. Ross all the way back across here. The 3 on the way here for Lady Tigers. That's off the mark. Rebound by Ross. Throwing it back up underneath. It gets knocked away there. Bragg can't come up with it. It's going to go out of bounds to the Tigers as Ross is ready to bring it in. Ross on the inbound. Going to throw it into Wilson. Back to Ross at the post. Throw it back out here now to Bragg. Bragg open on the left wing for 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes out here by Murphy. Murphy with the scoop shot. Nice job there by Murphy. Gets her first points of the ball game. And on the Good rebound and scooping up underneath. Gets a minute gone here into the second quarter. Here comes Corrigan Camden back up the floor, trading by 15. Going to give it to Robbins. Robbins taking it right down in. Can't get it to go, but she's going to be fouled on the way in. That'll be the first one here on the Lady Tigers. And that'll put Robbins at the line. She'll shoot a couple. From the Sandy Cox State Farm free throw line. Oh, that one rattles in and out for her. 1 of 5 at the charity stripe so far here for Corrigan Camden. And there you go. 2 of 6. As Robbins 5 points in the ball game for Lady Bulldogs. Coming back up the floor now. West Sabine 3 ball on the way here. Can't get it to go. Rebound up underneath by the Lady Tigers. Throws it back out to Ross. Ross short jumper. 5 points for Ross in the game. Back up the floor now. Robbins trying to get it up here. Nice job there by Bragg. Gets a hand on it to knock it out. They're going to call a foul on Bragg. Reach-in foul there on Bragg for the second foul of the quarter for the Lady Tigers. 6:36 to go. Out of bounds play. 6 on the inbound. Brought it in here to McQueen. McQueen back to 6 over to the left side. They like to work over there, see if they can find an open area where they can get a good shot off. A little two-man basketball over there. 6 ends up with a long pass back out on top, and a nice job there by Knox as it goes off of her hand. She tries to save it, but it's a turnover back to the Tigers as Ross will be ready to bring it in. She'll get it in here now to Wilson, and Wilson across the sound line for the Tigers, ready to go. Wilson in the paint. Nice job by Wilson. They're going to call a walk on her as she tucked it. Try to go under the defense. Going to call a walk, so it's a turnover back to the Tigers, or to the Bulldogs. Lady Tigers putting on some pressure here. Good job by McQueen to get it up the floor here to that left side, working against Murphy. Oh, then loses a handle on it, trying to get down here. That's a good job getting up the floor here by McQueen to get it past that press, and then just, unfortunately, lose a handle on it down there in that corner. So 6 minutes to go. Wilson comes across the timeline. Murphy has it now. Murphy launching for 3. It's off the mark. 4 for 15 at the three-point line here for the Lady Tigers. They need a 22-6. Corrigan Camden to get that rebound as Robbins gets it across the line. Send it back over now to 6. Down to Knox. In the post, throw it back out. McQueen trying to drive the baseline. McQueen, a little too far underneath. Caught the underside of the rack. Here comes Bragg up the floor here, working over to the right side. Bragg throws up the floor now to Wilson. Wilson, nice job here on the left side. Wilson, 6 points for her. And now an 18-point lead here for West Sabine. 5:20 to play here into the half. And there's Wilson going to make that steal there. Looks like she may finally do it, but it doesn't go out of bounds. It's going to go out of bounds. And that's like they're going to say it's, well, I do believe it's going to be West Sabine ball there. Okay, so it went off of Corrigan Camden. I thought it might have been Lady Bulldog basketball. 5:13 to go. Ross on the inbound. Going to throw it in here. Going to find Wilson. Into the lane. Wilson puts up the shot. Can't get it to go. Gets her on rebound on can't get it to go from the left side. Rebound and go to the right side. And Wilson to knock it down. Her first points of the ball game. She'll make the steal there. Almost a steal by Robbins for Corrigan Camden. Nice job up ahead now. Wilson to Wilson. Going to throw it to Murphy. That's a nice ball movement there for Coach Bragg's squad. Going to find Murphy underneath there. Wilson to Murphy. So on the inbound, there's Wilson making a steal on the inbound play. Dropping it off to Murphy. Murphy. Now with 6 points all in this quarter. Coach Arneson going to call a full timeout here. It's 30-6. This is the score here in the second quarter. We'll take a timeout with them. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with best of Nacogdoches and best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters.
Shelby Savings Bank has come a long way since it was established in 1982, and the good folks that work at Shelby Savings Bank really enjoy doing things in the community and for the community. And they would like to encourage everyone to please shop local. For all your banking needs, please visit these wonderful Shelby Savings Bank locations, with 2 locations in Center, locations in St. Augustine, Palestine, and Lindale.
All righty, folks, back here after the timeout. 4:37 to go here. Coach Arneson calls the timeout. Getting a good play in here for the Lady Bulldogs. I'll get it on the inbound, and I'll give it to McQueen, and she'll bring it across the timeline. 4.5 to go in the half. And for a good play here for the Lady Bulldogs. Swing it over to 6. Back to McQueen. 6, McQueen over to that left side once again. McQueen now going to drive over there, try to get it down the corner, try to throw it underneath there to Walker. It's like Murphy might have got a hand on it to knock it out. It stays with Corrigan Camden. Long inbound there, and Wilson gets a hand on it there. Her and Robinson going after it. Wilson's going to come up with it. Going to throw it off of Robbins, but it looks like Robbins going to actually touch it before it goes out of bounds. It's going to be West Sabine basketball. Good job there by both Robbins and Wilson. Wilson was able to get it to go off of Robbins, and it goes back to West Sabine on the inbound. And find Wilson at that right side. Wilson driving down in the paint. Nice job. Wilson bobbing and weaving into the paint. Gets the bucket. 4 minutes to play in the half. McQueen across the timeline here. Send it over here to the right side. Bounce pass into, that's McClellan. Almost called her Knox. Trying to see that number was right. Robbins with a nice little drive here to the right side. A little short there, but rebound by Wilson. Wilson's going to drop it off here to Murphy. Murphy, 3-on-2 basketball as Robbins coming right up in behind Murphy and made it alter that shot there. Weatherspoon can't control it on the rebound, but she may be fouled there by McQueen. And it looks like it could be a foul. That'll be first foul here on the Lady Bulldogs into the second quarter. As fresh four coming in here for Coach Bragg. Williamson, Ebarb, Holcomb, and Bennett on the floor now. Going to stay in there as Weatherspoon. With 3:35 to play here into the first half. As Williamson is going to get it in. Finds Holcomb there and is knocked away by McQueen. .332 to go. Williamson looking to bring it in once again. Long inbound, going to find Holcomb out here on top. Ebarb, left side. Long range two won't go off of one of the Lady Tigers, but a nice job saving it there. Out on top is Weatherspoon. Kicking it over here now. Williamson going to launch for three. She'll knock it down. Williamson, her first points of the ball game is a three. So now Robbins driving from the right side, hot the glass. Oh, just a little bit off right there. Tried to get in there and grabs a hold of that one with Ebarb. And possession, I was going to say, it goes with West Sabine. As Knox will check into the ball game. Also checking in number 22, that is Martinez. With 3 minutes to go here into the first half. A 29-point lead here for West Sabine. And McQueen, I think, was expecting 6 to kind of stay there after the inbound. And McQueen throws it back into 6, and 6 moves up into the middle of the paint there, and that goes out of bounds back to the West Sabine. Williamson over the right. Down to Holcomb. 3 ball for Williamson, and I'm feeling it, launching it, won't go. Bennett gets a rebound, going to be a foul up underneath. And 2.5 to play here. Nope. Possession arrow, I was going to say it was a jump ball. Possession arrow stays with Corrigan Camden, or with West Sabine. Weatherspoon with the 3-ball shot, it won't go. Coming out of there with the rebound. Lady Bulldogs drop it off here to Robbins. Robbins trying to find McQueen coming up the floor. They had the numbers, but a little too far over the head of McQueen, and they turn it over back to West Sabine. So Weatherspoon across the line here for Lady Tigers. Williamson. Bennett at the free throw line, at the elbow right there actually. Rebound comes out and knocked away there onto the outlet pass and almost taken away here. And now on Holcomb there in the double team. Ball still loose. Bennett comes up with it. Throws it back out here to Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon takes it over to the right side. We get under 2 minutes to go. Williamson up underneath here to Ebarb. Ebarb, the right spot. Can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound. Somebody might have got a piece of that one from behind there. And it comes out here with the Lady Bulldogs. They'll drop it off up ahead here to McQueen. McQueen. Oh, off the front of the rim there. Williamson with a good box out. Comes out with the rebound. Push it up the floor here to the left side. Williamson right to the rack and gets it to go. 5 points for Williamson. And now a minute 20 to go for McQueen. was a nice job to save it there. And the 6 had to go off of her, and then she gets it back to McQueen, but they save it here. They give it over to Robbins. Robbins finds a little bit of room to drive from the right side, and Robbins, a nice little drive over here once again. She's done it a few times here tonight. She's got 7 points for the Lady Bulldogs. Under a minute to go. Tigers with the lead and the basketball. Williamson. And Holcomb, left wing 3. Can't get it to fly. Comes out long rebound here for Lady Tigers. Dropping it back up in the middle. Here's Weatherspoon with a nice drive down on the right side of the lane. Takes it in and scores for her first points of the second quarter. And we'll get down to 30 seconds to go as McQueen comes across the timeline. There's a steal by Holcomb. Holcomb gonna bring it up the floor here. She'll get up in front of McQueen. McQueen, only defender there. McQueen's gonna commit the foul. That's 2 on the Lady Tigers, or the Lady Bulldogs here into this quarter. 21.5 to go, but that should put Lady Tigers at the line. That's Holcomb. One line, shoot a couple at the Sandy Cox State Farm free throw line. 3 for 4 at the line so far tonight here for West Sabine, and that's off the mark there on the first one. As Walker going to check back into the ball game here. She'll come in for Martinez for Coach Arneson. Second one on the way for Holcomb is off the mark. The rebound comes out here for Lady Bulldogs. They'll throw it up ahead. And find Robbins. Robbins, that's going to move down in the paint. Robbins puts up this shot off the front of the rim, won't go. She gets her on rebound, puts it right back up, and she'll head back to the line. Oh, she'll head to the line. I thought she'd been in the line so far. She has. I'm looking at the wrong stat sheet. She's 1 for 2 at the line. She'll get back there. She'll shoot a couple. As that's the third team foul here on the Lady Tigers. And at the line here, Robbins, she's 1 for 2. Chance to get him into double digits here. That's off the front of the rim. .7 to go here into the first half. And Robbins' second shot, can't get it to go. Long rebound comes out, and it will be Weatherspoon pushing the action here. Got a chance for one more shot here, 5 seconds. Weatherspoon at the rack, and she's going to get the hoop in the harm with 1.8 to go. Weatherspoon fighting hard for it, takes it right in and says, I'm going to go score, and she does. And she ends up at the free throw line. Sandy Cox State Farm free throw line here to make it a 3-point play. Weatherspoon, 3 for 4 at the line so far. 3 for, yeah. Up and good. 3 for 3, I should say. Up and good there for the final point of the ball game, of the first half. So it will be a 42-8 lead here for the Lady Tigers of West Sabine. It is halftime. We'll take a break. We'll come back here on a NETSN.
Joaquin Tire in Joaquin, Texas. Family owned and operated with new and used tires, general mechanics, and road services. Jesse and his team is proud to serve the community with car, truck, and commercial and ag vehicle tires. They're located in Joaquin at the 84 and Highway 7 split. Call the shop today to make an appointment at 936-269-9516. That's 936-269-9516. Joaquin Tire is a proud sponsor of Game of the Week. Stop in and see them today for all of your new and used tire needs.
So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center.
Serving our communities for over a century, Farmers State Bank continues to meet the financial needs of East and Central Texas. With roots that run deep, Farmers State Bank serves as a source of financial strength to meet the needs of our neighbors. From a comprehensive range of financial products to individual service, we remain dedicated to being a true community bank. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams.
All right, folks, we're back here. It is halftime, and our halftime brought to us by the good folks of Farmers State Bank. Find your Farmers State Bank location, all kinds of locations along the Piney Woods area. Get yourself in there for a great banking experience and get your banking down at Farmers State Bank. All right, it is time for our halftime stats, and we'll get those for you. And those are brought to us by the good folks at East Texas Motors right there in center.
When it's broken, it's got to be fixed. You've got to get from one place to the next. But wouldn't it be great if you didn't have to take out a loan to get it repaired? Don't worry, there's East Texas Auto.
Here at East Texas Auto, you can be reassured that your vehicle will be well taken care of and serviced, as communication and transparency are our #1 drivers.
Find them on Highway 96 North.
All right, folks, back here at halftime, and it is brought to us, our halftime stats are brought to us by the good folks at East Texas Auto Repair. They take care of auto and diesel gas repair for you in center. So right now it is a 18-3 lead at the first quarter for the West Sabine Lady Tigers. It's now 42-8 here at halftime. Coach Bragg's squad 5 of 19 at the three-point line, 4 of 7 at the charity stripe. Pretty much everybody scoring out there tonight so far. We got 5 points for Ross, 7 for Weatherspoon, 3 for Holcomb, 5 for Williamson, 6 for Murphy, 2 for Wilson, 8 for Wilson, 3 for Bragg. And I got to go find number 32. I had that. I didn't get it a while ago. Okay, so that's what's scoring so far here for West Sabine. Coach Arneson and the Corrigan Camden Lady Bulldogs here, 2 of 8 at the charity stripe, 0 for 5 at the three-point line. Robbins, their leading scorer, she's got 7, 1 point for 6 in this ball game here is scoring so far here for the Corrigan Camden Lady Bulldogs. Your Ray Jones keys to the second half for the Lady Tigers of West Sabine that just don't really need to change anything. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep working on your plays. Keep working on what you want to work on, as you got another big game coming up on Friday. And for the Lady Bulldogs of Corrigan Camden, you know, hey, just keep working your plays. Just keep trying to improve, just trying to make sure that your offense works. Keep playing good defense, and do the best you can out here, and just keep playing your game, and just keep learning and moving on. And you'll come out of here and score some good points here in this third quarter, and make it a good contest here as we get ready to go for the second half. That's the way that we're looking at here for the first half, is the Lady Tigers on the way, as the guys are getting themselves warmed up right now. And then we'll have the guys' game coming up for you here after the gals complete theirs. So we'll be back here. Get ready for the second half. It's coming up here on NETSN.
You know that Center Glass can fix your cracked windshield. But for the experts at Center Glass, fixing a windshield is just the beginning. Center Glass can also renovate your bathroom, turn your fixtures and shower into something entirely new and unique to your home.
Hey, if you're like me, lots of stuff is collected off up at your homestead. Call it down home clutter. Well, the good news is there's a place for it. You ain't got to have a garage sale or a bonfire. You can take your down home stuff to down home storage. That's what I did.
Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with best of Nacogdoches and best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters.
Serving our communities for over a century, Farmers State Bank continues to meet the financial needs of East and Central Texas. With roots that run deep, Farmers State Bank serves as a source of financial strength to meet the needs of our neighbors. From a comprehensive range of financial products to individual service, we remain dedicated to being a true community bank. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams.
All righty, folks, welcome back here as we get ready to go. Third quarter underway here. The big lead for the Lady Tigers of West Sabine. And looks like I was a point off there, so we'll make sure that's all right. So it'll be Corrigan Camden basketball as a 6. We'll be ready to bring it in here right here in front of us here at half court. Says the Lady Bulldogs. Let's get it going here. McQueen onto the inbound. She'll bring it in here, and here we go. McQueen sends it over to the left side to right side to Robbins. Got Walker. She loses the handle on the basketball. Also knocks on the floor here to start off. Wilson, Weatherspoon, and Murphy and Ross. There's a steal there by the Lady Bulldogs. McQueen going to throw it up here to Robbins. Robbins going to push it up along the right side. She had some success with that earlier, but Wilson shuts that down, blocks that away, steals it up here, gives it back up to Wilson, and Wilson will bring it here to the right side. And they'll send it over to Murphy to the left. Murphy down in the corner here to Wilson, up into Ross. Back out here to Wilson. Wilson with a nice drive to the right side, off the rack, can't get it to go, and a rebound by Weatherspoon. It's off the mark, and it's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to stay with the West Sabine. So Ross on the inbound. Looks to get it in here on the long inbound. Going to bring it in here to Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon down to Murphy. Murphy bounce pass inside here, trying to find Wilson, and gets knocked away by Walker and goes out of play. So Ross will get it on the inbound here. Finds Wilson, covered up by McQueen. Talk about the mismatch there. Murphy for 3. Murphy going to knock down a big 3 here. She's got 6, 9 points in the ball game. And McQueen covering up there on Wilson. McQueen giving up about 7, 8 inches there. So back up to the floor now. Here comes Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon right with the drive, coast to coast. Weatherspoon taking it in and scores. 9 points in the game for Weatherspoon. So here comes Corrigan Camden back up the floor here, looking for the first points of the second half. Down to Robinson, bounce pass inside to Knox. Knox gets a double team here as Weatherspoon sticks her hand in there, takes it away, throw it up ahead here to Ross. Ross going to be up ahead of the defense. Ross to the rack and score. 7 points for Ross. As McQueen back across the timeline here. Up underneath here to Walker. Walker over to Robbins to the right. Back now. 6, McQueen will get it here to the 6 and get it back here on the left side. Back to McQueen. McQueen, 6 finds some room here on the left wing for 3. It's off the mark. 0 for 7 at the 3-point line. I saw 6 and McQueen doing that in that first half. They were working over there at the left side here, just pitching it back for it, trying to find a little bit of room. If they get one of those to fall there, see if they can start finding that range. Right now it's a good pass it up underneath here, and Wilson can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound there, and she's double teamed at the post. Gets her own rebound once again, and that rolls off the rim. Finally, going to come out there. Wilson's like, I'm going to throw it back out of here. She stepped on the line. Back to the Lady Bulldogs. Robbins on the inbound to McQueen. Here come the Lady Bulldogs. Back up the floor. Under 5 to play here in the third. McQueen, top of the key, over to Robbins. Robbins going to launch the 3 off the mark. Gets her own rebound. Tries to put it up here on the right side. Won't go. Pushing the ball up quick. Weatherspoon going to work against McQueen. Weatherspoon to the rack. Can't get it. Nice job there by McQueen. Ross gets the rebound, but she's going to be fouled by either McQueen or 6. It'll be the first one of the quarter here by the Lady Bulldogs. And that's Ross going to the line. First time tonight. She's at the Sandy Cox State Farm free throw line. Shooting 2. Good for Ross. Checking in the ball game will be Cox. She'll come into the ball game here for McQueen. Second shot for Ross is good as well. So nice job at the Sandy Cox State Farm free throw here line here through the first 2.5 quarters of this ball game for the Lady Tigers. And now it'll be a basketball here back to Corrigan Camden. That was a block by Murphy. Murphy said, no, you can't shoot that out here. This is my house. So halfway through the third quarter, Corrigan Camden basketball as Coach Bragg going to send in a fresh 5 as Knox They make the steal there. Keep possession there as Wilson tried to steal it away from her. Get it over here to the left side. Back out on top to Robbins. Robbins can drop it off to Cox on the right wings. That's going to be a walk. Cox took a little bit of a jump step there before the pass was made. Gets called for the walk. Not quite understanding. You can't just jump over like that. Walking call. So 3:35 to go. Here come the Lady Tigers back on the floor. Holcomb, Williamson, Ebar, Bragg, in on the floor here for the Lady Tigers. Holcomb, gonna throw it up ahead here. Can't get it to go. Bragg with the rebound. Down in the corner, up underneath the Williamson. Williamson's gonna be fouled there by Walker. Second foul by the Lady Bulldogs. And Williamson will go to the line. First time at the line tonight here at the Sandy Cox State Farm free throw line here for Williamson. And she'll step up here trying to increase the lead. Back of the iron, no good. Checking into the game here. McClellan will come in for Walker. Second one, can't get it to go there. McClellan is going to run down the rebound in front of Ebarb right there, and it's going to get away from McClellan, so it's a turnover back to the Tigers. Getting down to about 2.5 to go here in the quarter. Williamson goes into Ebarb. Ebarb take it back out here on top, setting it up. Bragg, Holcomb. Holcomb, right wing three, off the mark there. And a rebound by Williamson up underneath the Williamson. 7 points in the game. Good offensive rebound right there. Puts it right back up. And we'll get down to about 2:10 to go here in the third quarter. As Robbins going to drop it off to McClellan. Over here to 6, back to Robbins. Robbins for 3. Thought to get a little bank shot there. We'll go. Just a little off the mark. There's going to be a walk coming back up the floor, so it's a turnover back to the Bulldogs. McQueen back in the ball game here for 6 and Coach Arneson. So an inbound play here for Corrigan Camden. On the inbound, Cox get it in here. Ball's loose. Picked up there by McQueen. Back to Cox at the free throw line. Throws it back out. Long jump shot will not go. Robbins going to track it down. Robbins off the glass. Won't go. Bounce around, bounce out. I think that went off of McClellan or Knox, one or the other. It's going to go back to the Tigers as Ebarb will be ready to bring it in. Finds Holcomb, and she'll bring it across the timeline. Get a minute 20 to go in the third. Bennett gets the bucket. Her first points of the ball game. Ebarb get her a couple points here. All the Lady Tigers with a score in this ball game. 55-8 now the score. Getting under a minute to go here in the third. Send it back over to the right side. Robbins up underneath there. Ball gets knocked away. Robbins trying to get a possession of it there. She is fighting with it there with Ebarb. Ebarb doing a good job. And checking in the ball game is Schaefer. Is going to come in here. She'll come in for Cox for Coach Arneson. On the inbound, that gets tipped away there. Ebarb doing a good job here on the defense. She's on top of it right now, trying to keep it here for the Lady Tigers. Ball's loose, and she does. She throws it out here to Bennett. And they'll get it up here to Holcomb. Holcomb across the line here to the right side. Now pulling it back, throwing it over across. And a nice job here for Lady Tigers getting the bucket. 20 seconds to go. And McQueen across the timeline here. Dropping it out. 3 ball onto the way. It won't go for Lady Bulldogs. Ebarb gets the rebound, throws it up ahead here. And Holcomb takes it in and gets it to fall. Fourth quarter getting ready to be on the way here, folks. And that's going to do it here for the third. It will be a 59-8 ball game here at the end of the third quarter. We'll take a break. We'll be right back here on NETSN. I'm ready for hooks. We're back here. And number 32 is Cooper. My apologies. I wanted to make sure I got that right. She's done a good job. She's got 5 points in this ball game here. And it's going to be Lady Bulldog basketball starting it off here. It will be 6 on the inbound, and she'll find McQueen. And Lady Bulldogs ready to go here for the fourth quarter. McQueen for 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes out here. Weatherspoon will push it back up the floor now for Lady Tigers. Drop it off to Holcomb. Holcomb up underneath there to Ross. Ross has to go off her hands. Picked up there by Robbins. Robbins doing a good job here. Fighting hard for the basketball. Looks like it's going to stay with the Lady Bulldogs. Is there a foul there on the Lady Tigers? There was a foul there on the Lady Tigers here in the fourth quarter. Okay, so Lady Tigers pick up the foul. Didn't see who that was on, but it'll be an out-of-bounds play here coming for Corrigan Camden. McQueen across the line here for Lady Bulldogs. Drop it off down in the corner. Back out to McQueen. 6. Okay, gets Wilson. Bring it back out on top. Throw it to Robbins over to the right side. Get a minute going here in the third. There's a steal. That pass by Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon back on the floor now for West Sabine. Come over here to the right wing. McQueen there on the defense. Gets it down to Wilson down here in the corner. Wilson goes around Knox in the paint. Has to go around Walker as well. Wilson. That's a beautiful shot there by Wilson. She got 10 in the ball game. Seen her do it a couple times tonight. As the Lady Tigers up big here over Corrigan Camden. The Lady Bulldogs have the basketball. That's a 3 off the mark. 0 for 12 at the three-point line here for the Lady Bulldogs. 6:20 left to play in the ball game. Tigers with it. Murphy. Send it back over here now to Wilson. Wilson throws it up underneath there. That gets tipped away. A good defense there by the Lady Bulldogs. Robbins up ahead here to McQueen. McQueen back to Robbins. Oh, they have a little trouble getting it up the floor. The ball just is like a hot potato between the two of them up there, unfortunately. And it gets away from them. And it's back to West Sabine. Lady Bulldogs had an opportunity there to get an easy bucket there, but just could never get a good handle on the basketball. So Tigers back across the timeline here for West Sabine. Can't tell if that's Coach Bragg. One of my favorite girls, basketball coaches. She's got the good vocals out there. Inside here, Wilson to Wilson. Wilson can't get it to go, but Wilson is fouled by 6, and she'll go to the line. Shooting a couple. Sandycock State Farm free throw line. And Wilson stands up here, first time in the line tonight, and it goes out of him. Six of 12 at the free throw line right now, 50% here, and that's up and good there for Wilson, so a little above 50% now. All right, so under 5 to go. Here comes McQueen. She's done a good job running her team up the floor here. They've had to face some pressure here, so she's done a good job getting that up ahead. Robbins has done a really good job here, driving from the right side, got most of the points here for the Lady Bulldogs. That one is loose. Thought the Lady Bulldogs would play some really good defense right here. Just up against a really good defensive squad in the Lady Tigers as well here tonight. Weatherspoon trying to drive from the left side. Look at that drive. Oh, my gosh. That's her and Wilson, number 23, for the Lady Tigers. They got some moves underneath there with the basketball, I'm trying to tell you that. Ross at the line here. Sandycock State Farm free throw line up and good for Ross. Cooper back in the ball game, as well as Bragg, Weatherspoon, and Wilson having a seat for Coach Bragg. Second one for Ross, up and good. Ross 4 for 4 at the free throw line tonight. Good under 4 to go. And back over here now to Corrigan Camden. Now swing it back over to the right side. So we get under halfway through the fourth quarter here. Robbins going to throw that one up ahead. Now it's going to get over the head there of 6 and go out of play. And now to go back to the West Sabine. And now that we're halfway through the fourth quarter, I believe I can say this, we're getting close to the 3-minute mark here, but the Lady Tigers of West Sabine have not allowed a point in the third quarter and almost 5 minutes here of the fourth. So a great job here on the defense for the Lady Tigers as well. Not to say that the Lady Bulldogs haven't been trying really hard to get it there, but there's a good defense by Ross, getting knocked away there from Robbins. And I'll get it up ahead here to Wilson. Wilson, 3 minutes to go in the paint. Puts up the shot, can't get it to go. McClellan on the rebound here with Robbins. They try to throw it out. It's like Weatherspoon. That's Wilson going to come out there with it. We're going to 3 to go here for the Tigers. They'll throw it to Murphy. Back down to Cooper. Back out on top. Murphy for 3. Cannot get it to go. Ross with the rebound. Back to Cooper. Cooper. They have it knocked away and out of bounds. It looks like it's going to stay with West Sabine. So 2:35 to go. Martinez going to check in the ball game for Coach Arneson. So Coach Bragg definitely likes what she's seeing here tonight, but the defensive side here of not allowing any points here in the second half, that's got to be something she'll definitely be proud of here for her squad. Wilson trying to drive in, can't get it to go. Martinez gets the rebound, throws it up to McQueen. McQueen going to push up here now. McQueen, and it goes off, and there's Robbins for the rebound, and she'll get it and put it in, and Robbins. Good job there for Corrigan Camden. Get some points here into the second half. 2 minutes to play. Ross for 3, off the mark. Rebound by the Tigers. Murphy can't get it. Bragg tried to get a hold of it. It looks like it might have went off of Bragg. And it's going to go back to Corrigan Camden. And checking into the ball game here is going to be Schaefer for Coach Arneson. As 6 will check out. Another 5 coming in here for Coach Bragg. You got Williamson, Bennett, Ebarb, Holcomb, and Weatherspoon on the floor now for Lady Tigers of West Sabine. 1:25 to go. McQueen across the timeline. Over to Robbins to the right side. Back to McQueen, back to Robbins. Bounce pass inside here to Martinez. Weatherspoon that knocks it away. So we'll take a break here between these two games. After this game is over, folks, we'll have a little bit of a wrap up here. And then we'll get you ready for the guys' game that's coming up. There's a nice another shot there by Robbins. As Robbins had a great game here. She's got 11 points for the Corrigan Camden Lady Bulldogs. Under a minute to go. Ebarb throws it back out on top. Williamson, Bennett. Bennett gonna launch for 3. In and out. Rebound by Murphy. Murphy's gonna be fouled, taking it back to the rack. And Murphy will probably go to the line here for the Lady Tigers. Shooting a couple. Probably going to take us to the end of this one as they have let the clock run here in this fourth quarter. Williamson up and good. At the Sandy Cox State Farm free throw line, Williamson can't catch the second one. That's going to get out of the way there, but a nice job here. Martinez gets the rebound, throws it up to McQueen. McQueen going to go off the hands there, and that's going to be a walk by Holcomb as it kind of just fell into her hands. That's going to do it, though. The ball game is going to be over. It'll be a 65-12 victory for the Lady Tigers of West Sabine over the Lady Bulldogs of Corrigan Camden. All right, folks, we're going to take a break. We'll come back here in our Aurora Contest post-game show. Wrap this up, get you ready for the guys' game here on NETSN.
At Aurora Concepts, we offer full-service primary care. And we provide physicals for student athletes for every sport. Aurora Concepts. Let us take care of you.
Serving our communities for over a century, Farmers State Bank continues to meet the financial needs of East and Central Texas. With roots that run deep, Farmers State Bank serves as a source of financial strength to meet the needs of our neighbors. From a comprehensive range of financial products to individual service, we remain dedicated to being a true community bank. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams.
Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with Best of Nacogdoches and Best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters.
Alrighty, folks, back here to wrap this one up on the Aurora Concepts postgame shows. Lady Tigers win it big here in West Sabine tonight, 65-12 over the Corrigan Camden Lady Bulldogs. And nice job here by the Lady Tigers of West Sabine. They were all over the place here tonight. They went 6 of 24 at the three-point line, 10 of 19 at the charity stripe. Everybody on the lineup scoring except for Ebar, but she did very well on the defensive side. She got some rebounds as well. She just didn't have any points, but still got her marks onto the scorers table here. So let's go down the line. Ross had 9, Weatherspoon had 9, Holcomb had 5, Williamson had 8, Murphy with 9, Wilson with 3, Wilson with 10, Bennett with 2, Bragg with 3, Cooper with 5. So a good job here for the Lady Tigers here tonight. And my player of the game here, I'm about to tell you what, I had a hard time going between Wilson and Weatherspoon. So I think I'm going to go co-players of the game here tonight between Wilson and Weatherspoon for Coach Bragg's squad there in that ball game. All right, for the Lady Bulldogs of Corrigan Camden, Coach Arneson's squad, they went 0 of 12 at the three-point line. They went 2 of 8 at the charity stripe. Robbins had 11, and 6 had 1. That was the scoring there for them. Robbins played a really good game. I thought they had some good defensive plays out there. Just didn't get a few things to fall for them there on the offensive side. But I tell you, they got down the floor really good. They broke the press really good. They did some really good things out there. Corrigan Camden, Coach Arneson, I know they got some work to do, but they were working, and they was out there, and they played hard all the way till the end. But it's a big win here for West Sabine. They win at 65-12, and they'll have one more game in the regular season against Shelbyville coming up on Friday. We'll be there, and they're hoping for a little bit of help here, and a win on Friday as well as Shelbyville looking to hold on to their spot. They're going to get a little bit of a win on Friday night as well. So we'll see how that goes. All right, we're going to shut this one down here and get you ready for the guys game that's coming up. Got some senior night festivities. We'll get you ready for the guys game that's coming up here in just a bit here on NETSN. Thanks for joining us, folks. We'll be ready for the guys game here in just a few minutes on NETSN.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Pineywood Sports Network, an affiliate of NETSN. God bless America, God bless our troops, and God bless each and every one of you.